Everyone, welcome back to Life Under Deborah's Palm, where today in the dream symbol interpretation thingy, we are going to take a look at places. Now, if you watched the video that I think the title was something like 4 tools I use to interpret dreams, you'll see that I used places as an example, and that was of a village I was in. This one's going to be a little bit different in terms of places, and it's the same thing. You've seen the PDF. First things first, write down where are you? Are you in a place, a specific city or village, or are you in a kitchen, a dining room, a back road? Where are you? It could be anywhere. I have had dreams about churches, all sorts of churches I never attended, denominations I never was a part of. In fact, I had a dream about, I think it was an old church, and it was a Methodist church, and I thought, what am I doing in this place? And what I realized was God was saying, you are using old methods in an attempt to get where you need to go, and I have something new for you, so you can just drop that stuff. That's just one example. Now, if you've gone to those churches, it could mean something totally different to you. Like I always say, it's subjective to the dreamer. Another place I have been more than once is a dead-end road. And that's exactly what it was, a dead end. Stop going down there and get off this road that you're on. It is leading to a dead end. Let me delve a little bit into a few specifics, and you can kind of glean from this, I guess, and take a look at your own symbols of place. When I was a kid, we used to go to my aunt and uncle's camp. It was great. We loved it. I had a great time. I always got to see my cousins. We lived in different cities and did the swimming, the fishing, the flaming marshmallows that were supposed to turn into s'mores but never did and got flung around, and things you think are great when you're about 8 years old. That camp is no longer owned by anyone in our family, but I've had dreams that I'm there as an adult, and I think, what am I doing here? It was fun when I was a kid and it was great and whatever, and finally what I realized is it was a great place, and it's a good place to go to get away for a week and refresh and do some fun things, but it's not a place to stay, and I needed to get out of that place and return to, I don't know, my adulting life. But you get times of relaxation too. You just can't hang in them forever. Another thing I'm going to talk about, because I think this is so common in dreams, it has to do with being in a house, whether it's your house, your old house, a new house, a house, and some of the spaces in a house. So basements are foundations. Is the foundation in good shape or bad shape? Is God building a foundation in you? Is he dismantling an old foundation in you? Are you in some place that has a terrible foundation and you need to move? Family rooms, kind of self-explanatory. It has to do with your family usually. And it could be a church family, it could be a work family, it may not be your literal family, it just depends on the dream. Kitchens, tons of kitchen dreams I have had. And kitchens are a place of preparing food. I always took that for me as it was a place of learning and it's a place of preparation. And food is also symbolic. If you go to Matthew 4, where Jesus is being tempted, he turns to the devil and said, man doesn't live on bread alone, but of every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. And it could very well be that type of food. Dining rooms, you're eating the food. Is the food good? Bad? I've had dreams of moldy food where God was saying, that is not the place you need to be hanging out. Out of there you go. But is the food good, bad? Who are you at the table with? Could be anybody, I guess. Maybe you're by yourself. There's a lot of things to look into. What about bathrooms? Well, what do you do in the bathroom? You get rid of waste correctly and sanitarily, hopefully. It's a place of washing and cleansing. Brushing your teeth. Are you getting your mouth under control? Cleaning your mouth rather than having it washed out with soap? What about shaving? Shaving is the cutting off of something, good or bad. And what about bedrooms? Bedrooms are a place of rest. Slumber, sometimes slumber isn't a good thing. You can hang around too long and be asleep when you should be awake. Intimacy, and honestly, sadly, it can also be a place of abuse. The last thing I'm going to talk about is a place that is a store. I've been in grocery stores, loads of food. I've been in old grocery stores that I needed to leave. I have been in a department store, and I'll give you the example of the one I was in. I was in a place called Kohl's, K-O-H-L-S, apostrophe S actually. If you're familiar with that, it is a department store. It has men's, young men's, women's, young women's, petites, women's sizes, shoes, housewares, cosmetics. It's a department store. Like I've said in other videos, look at the name. The name sometimes in my dreams was a play on words. C-O-A-L-S, as in a burning coal. And for me, usually what happened was the coal either was something that needed to be fanned into a flame, or it was a fire I had put out, but it's not completely out, and it needs to be put the rest of the way out before it turns back into a flame. And that's not a good thing. It's something, in your life that you're doing that's not a good thing. I've also been in Kmart, for those of you who are old enough to remember them. I'm not sure if there's any left in the United States or not, but I also once worked in Kmart, and sometimes it can be something else. Like it's an old department store as opposed to a new department store like Kohl's. And that may seem weird, but they're my dreams, and sometimes my dreams are weird. I've had dreams where I've been along the Erie Canal, and it was exactly that, Erie. It was the path was Erie. And that's just a few examples of places. Places can be very specific, especially when it comes to like your workplace and what you do for a living, or where you go to college or school or whatever you do. Things can be very specific to you, and often they are, because they're going to mean something to you that they don't mean to me. I'm just not going to get it. And if you would like the download of the worksheet, you can follow the link in the description box below, and it will take you to the blog. And on the blog, you'll see there's writing, and then there's a space in it that has the video that links to this video that you're watching. Below that, it will have I think I made the button blue. It will have a button that says a PDF download, and you will be able to grab that download. There's no charge. It's free if you like it. And as always, have a blessed day.